and welcome to the Kenneth Collins Show, if that's really what you want to call it. It's more of a radio or internet YouTube show, but mainly based on audio. What this show is solely going to be based upon is the Osama bin Laden capture and killing on, what was it, May 1st. And most of the news anchors and news journalists and stories that they've published do not show the entire effect of the situation and how it all went down. Because it actually started about 8 or so months ago, last August, when they started actually looking at that little mansion that he was staying in Islamabad. And what they were really looking at it uh, in the past month, because they'd noticed that there was no phone wire or computer wires or any kind of electronic device that would transmit data in or out of the mansion, and they knew that that was something that Bin Laden would do. I mean, he didn't want anyone tracing where he was through phone calls or messages, IP address, and also he wasn't a big fan of new technology because he thought it was he was more of a traditionalist in the way that he liked, the tent living and the desert living, the easy living, not the advanced U.S. That's one of the reasons he was against the U.S. Now they started looking at him, and another thing that they were doing was, instead of putting the trash out on the curb or dumping it in a local landfill, what they were doing is they had their own incinerator located in the back side of the mansion, and they would burn the garbage there. So, they'd been watching, but they weren't 100% sure even when they were going in. And that's the reason they didn't decide to bomb the palace. Now, I think it would be a bad decision to bomb it anyway. It would just, heighten everyone's awareness near that location, near Islamabad, which is close to the capital, and it just wouldn't be so nice. I mean, there could be innocent people in the building. So anyway, they went down in there on, I think, what was it, April 29th or April 30th, with two helicopters, really high-tech helicopters holding secret information, as I've been informed. Now, one of the helicopters had some malfunctions and wasn't able to take off, so they destroyed the helicopter themselves. The U.S. military destroyed the helicopter. Uh, this this was thought to be an explosion or a retaliation attack against the U.S. for killing Osama on that day, but no, it was planned to be destroyed. So they flew in with a team of six, known as Team Six, special trained Navy SEALs, and went in and took him down. Now another report says that he pulled his wife out and used her as a body shield, and that was also false. What the the report came out that she rushed the Marines, or the SEALs, sorry. She rushed the SEALs early on when they first barged in, and they shot her in the leg. She has not been killed. They rushed in and they shot Obama once above the left eye and once in the heart or the chest. And then they buried him at sea the next day. A lot of people have trouble with the buried at sea theory. That's because it seems like somebody could go out and find a body. Well, nobody knows where he dumped him. The ocean's the biggest landmass. I can't say landmass. It's the biggest area in the world. You can't just go out and find out where the body is. Another report says they didn't properly cleanse the body like they do for the Muslim religion in Islam. How they cleanse the body and then bury him, and you're supposed to bury the body within one day, which they did supposedly, but nobody knows if the head was facing towards Mecca, because you're supposed to bury the body facing towards Mecca. The thing I don't get is, if so many of the people of Islam are against Osama bin Laden, then why would they even want him to be a part of the religion and buried just because he followed it? Did he follow it? You have to say yes because he wore the outfit. He had the whole turban and the robes and stuff. But how could somebody who'd follow such a religion could go against it in a way of killing human beings ruthlessly? So I don't really. I mean, personally, I don't think it should really matter how they disposed of the body. I mean, then a couple days ago, maybe a week, probably not quite a week, Obama says they're not going to release the pictures. Now, a lot of people are against releasing the pictures, and a lot of people are for it. The people who are against it are, of course, Obama's close followers who believe that the incidents actually happened. Now, the only reason I believe that it actually happened is because of everything that the Taliban and the other terrorist groups in the area, Al Qaeda, they've come and made references against the U.S., saying that they're going to start something here because they're angered at the death of Osama bin Laden. I think he's actually dead. There's too much of a big deal. I think they're not releasing the pictures because it just adds more to the effect. People worship the pictures. That's exactly why they didn't bury him on land, so people wouldn't go find his burial place and worship that. They did the same thing with Hitler. And so the whole religious context of Bin Laden, I just don't follow, because he really, I don't see how he could be religious. Uh, let's see. They say Hitler was killed on the same day. Hitler was actually killed 2 days before, but they only reported his death on May 1st or April 30th. So it's close, but not no cigar, not quite, not quite. Now, Bin Laden's castle, if that's what you want to call it, was raided. They captured some home videotapes of himself watching himself on television and preparing to create some more videos. A lot of people think that Obama made this whole thing up because he was a little bit down on the polls for the presidential ballot of 2012. They're taking early polls, and they're thinking that since he captured Bin Laden, even I'll get to that next, that he'll be way at the top and he'll make it through for another 4 years in office. But you know what? I hate how they're saying Obama caught Osama, but if the work the Bush administration hadn't done in the previous 8 years, I don't believe that he would have been caught. I know that their persistence led up to the capture also, and I also I respect George W. Bush for not coming out and becoming the center of attention as Hillary has and as Obama has during this ordeal. He refused to even have an interview because he doesn't have to prove to everyone that he was involved in the capture. He knows personally, and he believes that any good American citizen would know that as well. And you have to respect the man because he in no way wanted to harm the United States, and he simply wanted to capture Osama bin Laden. And the capture, you need something? I have to redo my 8-minute video now that you just did that.